Hi everyone, welcome to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for tuning in. This Friday noontime we have a great show for you. First, we're going to kick off, of course, as we do every week, with a former state representative, former Deputy Secretary of State, now heads up Stages of Freedom, Ray Rickman, to give his big view.
So I want to talk about two things today. First, the Fane Tower. I've talked about this before, and it looks like City Council's getting to its good senses. When someone wants to build possibly a $300 million building and put wealthy people in it, in your city that has problems, and they're going to pay big taxes and lots of construction, and then new permanent employees, people argue, no, it'll only be 14 or 15 employees. Well, most apartment houses are lucky to have 2, 3, 4 employees. So I'm thrilled at this. This idea that it's ugly, I don't think so. I've seen ugly buildings in Dallas and Los Angeles and Chicago and in Boston and New York. I love ugly buildings. And I don't mean ugly, ugly. I mean new buildings that have a tent and that speak to you from a distance. That's what the Fane group needs to do in order to get people to pay high rents. They have to be in quite the building. I was in Turk's Head today on the 13th floor looking out the window down the bay. You want to talk about something. Now imagine you're on the 33rd floor of this new building looking all the way to Newport on the right day. You'll pay. Now, why am I so much in favor of it besides disagreeing with all my friends, everybody I know, all the cool people? I'm in favor of it because we have all this pressure on us. Down the street from me is a 3-unit house lived in by Brown students since 1950. They're about to go. 8, 10, 12 Brown students. They've minded their business for the whole 25 years that I've been there. But they're about to go. They're about to go because someone's buying the buildings, paying big money for it, putting in $100,000 in improvements. New kitchens, of course, that's what you do. And they're going to double the rent. No more Brown students. High-end, 50-year-olds with money. That's what's going on the east side. Every wave is new people with more money. I want them to go to the Fane building, pay high rent, look down on me if they want, and less pressure on the West Broadway section of this city, less pressure on College Hill, less pressure on Summit neighborhood, and even less pressure driving out middle, upper class people in favor of the super rich. I love super rich people being in the city. Maybe they'll shop downtown. I'm on the end that no one's thinking about. I keep hearing these people yell and scream about this is just high-income housing. Well, so what? You need high-income housing. Now let's figure out how to build more housing for working-class people and people who need great subsidies. That's a different matter. Finally, on the Fane Tower, I wish we could get them to put in 4 units for plain old everyday working-class people at half price. It'd have to be half price because you can't live there. Subsidized, and they'd be on the 25th floor. Regular old people. Finally, next week I want to talk about this whole issue of pensions and the debt the city has. I've been watching Seth Magaziner do fabulous things in the 4 years that he's been treasurer. I'm going to be talking to him, asking him if he might not do some joint work with the mayor and begin to find solutions to this problem. The unfunded liability is growing. The problem is growing. We need to begin an assault on our lack of dollars.